All right, I cannot believe we are here already at the finale of season 1. These time flies and these episodes have flown by. All the adventures we've had with these characters. To think that 10 short weeks ago, I hardly knew who any of these characters were. I remembered some of their names from other Musketeers stuff, but that's it. And now they feel so close, so familiar, like family. In that way that a good show can do. I'm a bit scared about what's going to happen in this episode. We've got our heroes coming for the Cardinal and Milady de Winter, and I'm worried about what those two are going to get up to. Because, even in the last episode, the Cardinal and Milady de Winter were at each other's throats. They're not a tight, trusting team. So, I'm kind of scared about what those two characters will do when they are under pressure, like I assume they will be in this episode. I'm also going to be keeping a close eye on our couples. Milady de Winter and Athos, how are those two going to land in the end? With all that, dark and twisted history between them. Constance and D'Artagnan. Can they find their way back to each other? Those are the two that I'm maybe the most hopeful about. It seems the most possible to get those two back together. It's just, let's just get Mustache arrested for some crime and sent off to the Bastille, and then those two can get together. Unless the Bastille is just for wealthy criminals. There was a hint of that in another episode. I'm not sure. Is the Bastille for everyone or just the wealthy? If it's just for the wealthy, we can send Mustache somewhere else. And then there's my lead ship, of course, Anne and Aramis. And I just can't see any way for those two to be together unless they change their names and leave the country, honestly. And that's quite sad. I only saw after I watched the last episode that it was called Knight Takes Queen, which is very cheeky. Well done. But yeah, I hope everyone's all right after this. Let's dive in. Okay, we are starting at 11.
Time to pay for your crimes, milady.
What?
Just so I know, this whole D'Artagnan the Apprentice Musketeer.
How long?
Well, as long as it's funny.
And it's still pretty funny.
He's threatening to kill her.
He's drunk, I assume. Oh, it's not her.
Let her go. She is a liar.
No, what it is?
And a murderer. You're drunk. Just release her and we can talk.
D'Artagnan, help me. He's gone mad.
I thought for a second they were doing he's so drunk he's seen some other woman and he thinks it's her. But no, it's really her. Wow, we're getting into it. Okay.
Slept with her. You don't understand. You kept the truth from me. Athos, I swear I didn't know. Well, now you must choose, D'Artagnan. If you help her, you're not fit to call yourself a musketeer. Stop this at once! That is an order! D'Artagnan! No! You fool!
What? What was that? That was like 2.5 minutes. And it basically did everything that I thought this whole episode was going to be, in a way. The truth about D'Artagnan and Milady de Winter's relationship kind of came to light. Man, Athos was not in his right self right there, was he? He had madness in his eyes. I don't want to see him like that again. And man, so he's shot D'Artagnan. Surely just a flesh wound.
The attempted murder of the Queen.
We're continuing with...
He has languished in your Majesty's prison. An innocent man. If Count Mellendorf is executed...
Mellendorf.
Many friends and family in Sweden and Prussia will not stand idly by.
Okay, it's really a part 2, yeah.
What a handsome girl. So good with the dogs. She brought down a full-grown stag with a single shot. However...
They're a good team.
Mellendorf is guilty. He should be executed without delay.
You ever playing your hand, Cardinal?
Your Majesty is making a mistake.
The king does not make mistakes, Cardinal. You forget yourself.
and loved it.
I am not prepared to rely upon their ignorance.
No one has identified
Let him cook.
if either of us has any connection with Gallagher.
For your sake, I hope you're right. But I fear you've been distracted lately.
I was lucky to escape with my life.
Well, don't get too attached to it. Your head will be on the block before mine.
You should have more faith.
I want Athos and his friends silenced for good.
Musketeers don't die easily.
A charming sentiment. This is your last chance. I suggest you take it.
Capaldi is on this episode. We already got like 2 epic points and a bunch of yelling and a push. Jeez. Alright, D'Artagnan's alright. Just wounded.
Can I trust you?
I saved your life.
She thinks she can recruit D'Artagnan to kill the other Musketeers. I mean, if so, now's the time when they're divided, but still.
There is no future for you in the Musketeers.
I can still see D'Artagnan as a very cool Red Guard.
Believe that.
Like, if that's what he wanted. He might actually be appreciated there financially much more, right? I mean, the Musketeers is like a family, but the Red Guard is probably a better employer.
I was a thief and a pickpocket.
Mm-hmm.
But everything changed when I married Athos. But his brother, Thomas, was mad with desire for me. He tried to force me. I had no choice. I killed him.
Okay. Okay, alright.
But I did it for love.
But then you've done a lot of bad things since, haven't you?
Athos was blind to the truth.
Because he had to, you would say,
As
I
he
guess.
discovered I was once a thief, he decided I must also be a murderer. He will never forgive you.
I will not murder my best friend.
I'm interested how she can convince him to do it. She's not there yet, but what would convince him?
Madame, I've come to see D'Artagnan. Athos has made it clear he can never serve at your side again. I cannot allow such dissent within the ranks.
Oh, he's getting fired, okay.
And I'll see no dishonor is attached to your name.
No! I don't deserve this. What have I done wrong?
I have not come here to judge you. I simply have to make a choice. And Athos is the finest soldier in the regiment. I choose him.
That was actually rather cold
You're right about him. I should have listened.
of Treville.
Be in the town square at midday. You'll get what you want.
So they've done it.
Well, well, well.
Ostensibly, D'Artagnan is recruited to the dark side.
I see you've risen from the grave.
You failed to kill me if that's what you're referring to.
Gosh, they're also hot about this. If their tempers were just a little more tempered, I think they'd all be on the same page. This episode's got a good clip though. It's pacey.
So finally you've decided to come crawling back, have you?
Bit of a thieves guild.
Kill her.
Wonderful. You see that? Just shot him. Boom. Priceless.
All right, we've got a character here.
Your humble servants, my queen.
Still as theatrical as ever, Saracen.
I was about to say, but then,
Careful.
oh man.
I'm a wounded man, remember?
Sorry about that. Is it?
Okay.
Bad enough. You were supposed to shoot me in the arm, Athos.
A shot to the side is so much more authentic.
You're not claiming you aimed there deliberately.
Oh, they got me.
Accuracy isn't easy after 3 bottles of...
Bloody, they got me.
That part was genuine, at least.
D'Artagnan, does milady believe we've abandoned you?
Almost. There's just one tiny detail left I need to convince.
What's that?
Nothing too difficult. I just need to kill you.
So good. Okay, it's all a plan. They got me good because I've been trying not to say, okay, the writing is weird here. I didn't want to say bad writing. I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. But I was like, these characters are not acting like themselves. It's just not quite right so far this episode. And it's all a part of the point, the plan. Well done. Well done. You win. So she's here because she's not confident in her plan that she set up with D'Artagnan. Hey, this poor girl. Jeez. I guess it resembles what she was before Athos. There is good in her, in Milady de Winter, but I don't know how to reckon that because there's a lot of evil. Okay, here we go. Put on a show, boys. She's watching. Oh, they're all watching.
An apology for the way you've treated me.
I know your true character. You disgust me! You're here for my seconds. This must be done properly, according to the rules.
Damn the rules.
Oh. Damn. They're making it look real. This is so cool.
He's dead! Murderer! Come back, you coward!
The show they're putting on is very entertaining. One down, as far as she's concerned. Oh, Constance will believe it too, though.
Madame Bonacieux, come quickly. D'Artagnan just shot Athos. He's calling for you. He needs help.
Wait, what? They're using her.
I thought I would feel something more than this.
Poor bloody Constance every time. She's just going about her everyday life.
There's only one man who can help me stay alive, and I need to see him now.
Cardinal. D'Artagnan, that little double agent.
Constance means nothing to me.
I see.
We'll find out, because she's kidnapped Constance, hasn't she?
I need your protection.
Protection? Protection?
He's gonna milk it.
You will be hanged at
There it is.
Treville has a letter signed by the assassin Gallagher. It implicates you in the attempt to murder the Queen.
Ooh.
I can get it for you.
He's revealing information. Wow. Playing the role very well. Doing what he has to stay and to keep their trust.
I am going to thoroughly enjoy killing you in a few hours.
What a pleasant man.
And what do you want in return?
Your guarantee of my safety and a commission in the Red Guards.
So much pointing this episode. This is cool. This is kind of a culmination of things that have been happening throughout this whole season. I like this plot of using D'Artagnan again as kind of the secret weapon, but really taking it to the extreme this time. D'Artagnan, the undercover agent. We've seen him get better at that over the course of the season. But yeah, so Milady de Winter has Constance as this card up her sleeve against D'Artagnan. Athos's fake funeral.
Athos was a loyal friend.
Assume only these three know that it's fake. Everybody else is probably like, this is for real.
He was a great warrior. A great warrior. And a brilliant swordsman. A great warrior and a brilliant swordsman. He'd like that. His death is a tragic waste. He was considered handsome.
Their comedy act is a constant delight.
It's very emotional. From the demon.
You know, I've heard of people hold funerals for people who haven't actually died just to honour their life while they're alive, which is such an interesting concept.
She disappeared and hasn't returned.
Well, she's not with D'Artagnan, I can assure you that.
A respectable woman doesn't just disappear in broad daylight. For goodness sake.
I take back what I said at the start about hoping he would get sent to jail or something. As much as I dislike Mustache, I love disliking him. He's a really fun character to have around. I hope he stays.
You do realise you're never going to be beautiful again, don't you?
Oh, get out!
What a ridiculous man.
Was that necessary?
What use is a courtesan with a scar on her face?
People with scars are cool.
You will hand him over in exchange for Gallagher's letter.
The plan continues. And most of this plan involves Athos just getting to sit at a tavern and enjoy a drink. Another little performance.
You shot him in cold blood.
Entertaining as this is, perhaps we should get to business.
Haven't you got enough power already?
This was never about power.
Of course it was. You simply wanted your own puppet at the king's right hand.
You understand nothing.
Why don't you explain it to us then?
The Queen is barren. If the king dies without an heir, France will be plunged back into civil war. Is one woman's life worth sacrificing to avoid such a catastrophe? I think it is.
He's always been the pragmatic one.
Give me that letter.
The king might not believe their word, Cardinal, but he will most certainly believe mine.
Okay. Caught red-handed. Wow.
It is only because I believe you are sincere in your devotion to the country but I have decided to spare your life. France needs you, and the king loves you. If you ever fail in your duty again, I will not be so lenient. You have been warned, Cardinal.
Glorious. What a power move. The Queen taking control. Putting the Cardinal on a leash.
Athos was your friend.
It's sad, but we can always find new friends.
To be honest, he was a little moody.
The Cardinal really defeated. Well done, Musketeers.
We'll deal with Milady, and then we'll find Constance.
Well, it's all wrapped up in one.
I've already won. Athos is dead.
The old he's behind me, isn't he?
I should have guessed. The world seemed diminished without you.
I don't know. We saw a flicker of that, but I don't... We're not given enough reason to believe that.
And you will never see Constance Bonacieux alive again.
Alright.
If you've heard her, I'll kill you.
Okay. Preparations for the big fight. Oh boy. Ah.
All for one.
Ah.
And one for all.
like 5% cringe, 95% ultra cool. It's nice to have it at the end of the season. Earn it. Again, I like how the conceit we arrive at for like this final showdown is quite simple. It's quite streamlined. I think that's good. Because they're juggling a lot of characters and a lot of motivations and a lot of like details and ornamentations on the character dynamics and relationships. So best where possible, I think, to keep the core storyline streamlined, not uninteresting, like streamlined. This is what we're doing. Constance is kidnapped by some of the worst villains we've seen all season, and we gotta save her. And they want to kill all the Musketeers. Nice. A lot of gunfire. This was a terrible ambush by Sarrazin and the villains. Whoa! Not effective in the least. Yes, we've seen some gunfighting. Let's see some swords. Oh! Shot, D'Artagnan. Ooh, nice moves. Oi! That was awesome. 4 Musketeers.
One more step and she dies.
You've hurt enough people.
You dare to talk to me about hurt.
Oh, nice one, Constance. Bless.
It's over. Do you have anything to say?
Finish what you started.
You don't have to do this.
Leave this to the proper authorities, Athos.
There's no redemption, but she is what she is, I suppose.
Go to Spain, England, anywhere. I don't care. But if you ever show your face in Paris again, I will kill you.
Well, that's as positive an ending as probably were ever possible.
I'm glad you saved her.
Perhaps I was saving myself.
Let it go. What about you two crazy kids, eh? Holding hands in the street, nearly.
Someone might see us.
Who cares?
Aw.
Madame Bonacieux, come quickly. The master's tried to kill himself.
What?
What have you done?
I'm sorry. I thought you'd abandoned me. I couldn't face life without you, so I tried to end it all. I love you. I love you so much.
Makes you feel bad for him, but it doesn't mean you have to stay with him.
I won't reproach you or ask you where you've been. Only know this. If you ever leave me again, my worthless life will be on your conscience.
All right, dickhead. Leave him.
Don't leave.
I thought for a second, yeah. I mean, of course you feel bad for someone who's tried to do that, but Nah, he's been an absolute numpty about it.
He's bluffing.
We can't know that. What if he really did it?
It's all selfish.
If he doesn't need me so much, things might be different.
He'll never make you happy.
Ah.
Bye, D'Artagnan.
Nah.
It was a beautiful dream.
All that we went through for it to end like this. Ah. Oh, this music. Not since he was poisoned.
I never expected this, Cardinal. The Queen is with child. Indeed. Isn't it wonderful?
Whose child? Because, yeah, did they ever check if she's Baron or him? It could well be him. And Aramis is the father, so...
Hearty congratulations to your majesty.
I like how they played that, like...
No one could be happier than I.
Like the Cardinal was in for it
This
just then.
marvelous news. The Queen has asked me to grant Count Millendorf a full amnesty for his crimes.
The Queen's mercy is a lesson to us all.
We will celebrate later.
So good. Okay. It's not... It continues.
I'm convinced
Little
this
scene
baby
between
will
them.
be born strong and healthy, like his father.
I pray he will have his mother's great wisdom and judgment.
And his father's courage.
I will watch over your son and guard him with all my strength and heart.
It is only what I would expect from a king's musketeer.
Okay, this is a good story.
God go with you, Aramis.
What a very happy occasion this is, your majesty.
Ah, man, but if he knows... Golly, some of the music that follows the Cardinal is... very, very sneaky. Okay, it's a great setup. Everyone knows a little bit too much.
So, at the end of it all, what do we have? No glory, no money, no love. None of the things that make life bearable.
We have honor.
I can live with that. For honor, then.
Still, a little money would be nice.
Into the sunset. Nice. That was a really great finale. I really liked it. Ah, what a great season. I'm so keen for the next season now. Man, I'm anxious to dive straight into it. I didn't know we'd have these ongoing stories teased like this. I thought we might wrap up in a neater bow, but honestly, I'm glad we didn't, because this ongoing story with Aramis and Anne and the baby, that's tantalizing. Very intrigued. And the Cardinal, Cardinal's still being the Cardinal and he knows too much. I think Milady de Winter might actually be gone for good there. That felt quite final. Of course, she's still alive. She's got her own free will. She can do what she likes. She may well come back, but I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't. I think that might have kind of concluded her story. And yeah, it teased a bit of a redemption arc along the way, but no, that was not a redemption arc. Ultimately, we just had to come to accept that she is a product of her environment. We saw in this episode a bit of where she came from people like Sarrazin, and we could see how that makes a woman like her. She said she only killed Athos's brother Thomas because he attacked her, and we'll have to take her word for that, but, sounds absolutely fair enough. I mean, who knows if she really had to kill him, but, we can all understand her defending herself, and if that led to the murder of Athos's brother, you can understand that she did it out of necessity, not out of some kind of desire to murder people. But yeah, then post that event, she has done a lot of terrible things. So, and has not done anything to, to redeem herself from all of that. So, yeah, just a villain, really. Honestly, in many ways more villainous than the Cardinal, who even every time the Cardinal does something absolutely malicious and terrible and evil, he has pragmatic, grounded, logical, rational reasons for it. I don't like pretty much everything the Cardinal does, but it is rational. And like Queen Anne tells him in this episode, she believes that he really is loyal to their country. That seems a certainty. Wow, and just what a lovely plot in this episode. What a great, I don't know. They really got me at the start. They understood the characters they had and how to manipulate me as the viewer in just the right way. Because, there's been this push and pull the whole season of quite how much D'Artagnan has become one of the Musketeers. And that has clearly happened at this point. We got a couple of episodes ago when he was officially made a Musketeer. But then at the start of this episode, it felt like the team, our core hero team, had regressed a little bit. I was uncomfortable about that, but all I could do is believe it, because I'm going to believe what is happening in front of me. I thought it was a bit annoying. I was ready to kind of call the show out on for a bit of less than stellar writing there. Many shows, make their characters regress, particularly sitcoms, I suppose, because you want to keep resetting the dynamic so that you can tell the same kinds of stories. And so I just thought, maybe this is a show that, needs to reset the dynamic a bit like this. They had this story, this finale story they wanted to tell. They needed to get the Musketeers into this situation where they were all at each other's throats. It happens in TV. It happens in storytelling. But I'm very happy to say that they were a step ahead of me. Several steps ahead of me. And amongst all those layers of ruses, really, the Musketeers had made this sophisticated plan to trick their enemies. A really good plan. And it makes sense because at the end of the last episode, they were basically in that place where they were like, we need to work out a way to do this. And so just between episodes, what we didn't see is them come up with this really good plan. The Musketeers and Treville. How they played it out was very good. First of all, they're all good actors. The Musketeers themselves, the characters, good street performances, and they're good at pretend fighting as well and making it look real and dangerous. And when D'Artagnan pretended to kill Athos, that is dangerous. He was literally shooting just straight over the shoulder. Dangerous stuff. But also, it's just so clever how they were revealing true information throughout. How they weaponized the fact that D'Artagnan had that brief fling relationship with Milady de Winter. From the very start, they used that as a detail to kind of sell this ruse. I'm very impressed with them. And that's been one of my favorite things this whole season. The Musketeers aren't just great fighters, great warriors. They are detectives as well. They are smart. They are sophisticated keepers of the law. And I like that. Well, not keepers of the law, like we've discussed many times. The law is not perfect. They follow their own sense of morals and honor, as they say at the end, I suppose. What do they have after it all? Honor. Because, it's been proven not to be a great job being a musketeer. It's, doesn't sound like it's paid very well. You don't get treated that well. You get into a lot of scrapes. Sometimes you're in an ambush and everyone's trying to kill you. And ultimately, why do you do it? At the end of the day, it's honor. Nice. I like a bit of idealism like that. That freaking sucks with Constance. That is... everything wrapped up pretty happily at the end there for most of the characters. But Constance and D'Artagnan, now that sucks. So did Mustache go try and kill himself when he thought Constance had disappeared, was kidnapped or something? So I guess, there's every chance he's not lying. He's not pretending He's not feigning some act of some suicidal attempt for attention to keep Constance with him. It strikes me that he's genuine, which doesn't change how malicious this is. He is genuinely saying, if you're not here, if I don't have you, I'll off myself. Which is just unbelievably awful. That is such a horrible thing for a person to be. And really, Constance should be running for her life from that. So that's a major downer that she stayed there. That's really, really terrible. So I bloody hope that she's in the next season and gets the chance to make another decision. I sure hope that's not the end of that. Currently, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what the next seasons are all about. I guess I flipped a few ways on Mustache during this recording. At the start, I said, I hope Mustache gets sent to jail and is basically removed from the show. Around the middle, I was like, oh, actually, this... I remembered how fun that character is and how well portrayed he is by the actor. And I was like, oh, I hope he sticks around, keeps making things juicy and spicy. But then by the end, actually, I'm like, okay, this character sucks so much. I can't bear to see any of our main characters hang out with him. Let's get him out of here. So I don't know. Mixed feelings there. MVP of the season? Aramis, probably. Aramis has been, super charming, funny, witty, cool. Oh, but I don't know, the Cardinal. The Cardinal has been just such a great villain this season. And Capote was cooking in this episode. All the pointing and the shouting and the paranoia was fun to see, portrayed by him. I don't know, what the hell. They're all MVPs. Everyone was great. Everything was great. This was a great show. I'm going to continue watching. Can't wait to see what happens in the next season. Thanks for watching it with me. Thanks for sharing your passion with me. What a ride. The Musketeers. I am into it. Till the next time, Tomity out.